Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. So I would like to apologize for not posting over a week because I was extremely busy with training and stuff, especially with work. So I will be trying to post as much as possible to keep you guys entertained. So, oh right, I forgot that in the last video I made a part one of the Mistreated Bride, and I thought I might as well just post parts 2 and 3 because they were easier to compile. I will post the final part probably sometime this week here. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into this. So to quickly give you guys the synopsis of parts 2 and 3, it was just basically the part where we get to see the backstory of granddad's wife basically. And it all turns out that the wife, well, the brother actually, we get to see also the brother's part of the story. Whereas he's being compared as a social outcast compared to his older brother and the grandfather. They see him as basically nothing. Although the older brother does care about him, but not as much. But the grandfather is even more neglectful, to be honest, in my honest and humble opinion. So we get to see the second part where bro is actually getting a BJ from his older brother's wife in the bathroom. While all of this going on, they were having dinner and they were all kind of concerned about the fact that he got sick. Well, quote unquote sick, because bro says, well, I wasn't really sick. I just wanted to spend more time with you because, bro was falling for her slowly but surely over time, right? After, the funniest thing is that while she was getting her back blown out, the daughter and the third wife is actually greeting her from the window. And while she's talking from the window, yeah, she was getting drilled out. Not gonna lie, that was I don't know what to say. That was crazy. And afterwards, the next scene happens where he was dreaming that he saw the third wife being like in like some sort of gangbanging session, which is crazy to me. And then of course, while the wife is doing the laundry and the granddad stops by and tries to like play with her, however, his mood was kind of down because of course of the terminal illness that interferes with his manhood. That is why he can't get it up. Now the wife is desperate. She doesn't know what to do. She used literally like one of those roll-ons or speed sticks, and she inserted in her. Now the next scene is that it shows where these two gardeners are helping out in the home, and we see that the other wife is actually getting pounded by the two gardeners. And guess who set this whole thing up? You guessed it. The old dirty bastard of the grandfather set this whole thing up, and then afterwards, when they finished, he came out and started to have sex with her as well, and starts to like slaps her around and shit. I don't know, I don't condone violence, but yeah, this was all part of the plot. Now we see the second wife, well, which is the older brother's wife, having sex with Koji underneath the kitchen sink cabinet, from what it looks like. I'm not gonna lie, that's a big ass cabinet, not gonna lie. And that was the end of part 2. Now part 3 was a bit more interesting because in part 3, Kaoru or Kaori plays an important role in this whole thing, because again, I believe I gave the spoiler in the first episode where it turns out that he is a she. And I'm gonna explain to you guys how this all come out, right? Because afterwards in part 3, it shows her backstory, the wife's backstory, whereas she was genuinely in love with a man and had Kaori, and then like the whole institution that she was working for was falling under a serious bankruptcy. This is where the elderly bastard who was the catalyst of the whole thing showed up and saved the institution financially, because even the family was begging desperately, even though she declined at first, but she had no choice due to the fact that the parents was, well, begging desperately, which were quite in a pickle, if I do say so myself. So whilst the meeting was going on, of course, Koji and the stepmother happens to have sex, and she was asking him, well, what made you this way? And he was like, he was in love with her genuinely. And then this is where we see in this next scene we see Koji and the older brother's daughter, which basically is his niece, playing around, hugging and stuff. Wholesome shit, right? Now, this is where we get to see the interesting part. I noticed that the husband now in particular, his demeanor changed, and even she was concerned about the whole thing, because when she pulls up with the plate and the tablets, and she tells him, no, he asks her, well, where you going? She said, well, I'm going to take care of your dad and drop these things off. He says, no worries, I'm gonna take care of it. So now she's questioning, well, what is going on? Why all of a sudden he wants to take care of him? So this is where we see she walking down the hall and sees Koji with granddad's wife, and she's blowing him off. And she started crying because she was left out, and yeah, a whole ass harem just happened there. So she pulls up on the last scene of part 3. She pulls up on granddad, and she was like, listen, she's divorcing him. And as soon as he sees that, he turns around in this very scary looking shot. Whoever did that, my brother, you was cooking, because the way the granddad was looking, he was furious. He slaps her in the face and then tells her, well, how dare you? The same woman that I bought, who I helped save, is divorcing me? Nah, hell nah. And this is where we get this surprise of the lifetime. We see Koji sleeping in his bed, all knocked out deeply. And then we see Kaori pull up on him with just a shirt. And then when she takes it off, he's like, wait, hold on, wait a minute. You're a whole chick? You're a chica? And not a bro? Nah. And homie was surprised by this, because he all these years he thought that was like a little brother, because he always used to see her as a little brother, but little that he knew it was a sister. And yeah, so guys, this is the end of episode 2 and 3. I will be posting the final part, which is 4, very soon, sometime this week. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I love stories like this because it really keeps me captivated and engaged. I don't know about y'all, but if you guys especially like MILFs are number 1 essentials to the show. Now, I would like to talk about the husband for a second, because something about the husband seems interesting to me. Now, the fact that I'm not sure which one is worse, the fact that he does not know what's going on, or he knew what was up and he was plotting something, because the way his demeanor changed took a 180 turn. Like, that was quick. And even the wife did not expect to see such result from him, because he always been like this oblivious, quiet, laid back, chill type of guy. And the fact that he all of a sudden wants to be active in his father's life to take care of him in his last few, probably couple years before he kicks the bucket, is a bit concerning. Now, for this final part, I don't know, what would you guys like me to do, to spoil it or to just tell you when I post the final piece of this series? Because to be honest, I enjoyed this series. But anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and share the video. And if your friend looks for a recommendation, let them come to this channel. And also make sure to hit that notification bell for more content. Stay safe out there. Peace out.